let me start with introducing you to what we are going to do in next 60 minutes. Uh, First thing is we are going to see why AI skills matter today, why you should care about AI, and what kind of things that are happening all around the world that you can make use of to excel in your career and grow as a professional. The next part of this webinar will take care of AI fundamentals, but in a very simplified way. As you all know that AI is a very complicated thing. It's an advanced level of computer science, known as advanced level of computer science. So understanding AI, mostly the thing behind it is people think that to understand AI, you need to have some core computer knowledge, or you need to understand how to program stuff, how to write software and all that. But even if you don't have that kind of expertise, even if you don't have those skills, you can still continue using AI with equal efficiency as somebody who would have those skills. We'll understand what are the fundamentals of AI are, and we'll do that in a very simplified manner so that even if you don't have the programming abilities or you don't understand the technical stuff, it will be just fine for you. The next segment of the webinar will focus on, which is the third segment, that will focus on generative AI in action. As we are ASTA, the name itself says that Applied Skills Training Academy. So what we are going to do is in this particular section, third and fourth section, we are going to show you these AI tools in action. And specifically in the fourth section, which is on the prompt engineering secrets, in that section, you will see that when you write a single line of prompt, it gives you some generic output. But when you tweak that prompt into a few more lines and change few words in the prompt, how things changes and how AI suddenly responds better, that you will see. So that one secret will be shared. And obviously, the fifth part, which is the last part of the webinar, under that we'll cover that how these AI skills and the upcoming bootcamp that we are doing is going to help you beneficially, help you growing in your career and excel into it. So without any further delay, let's jump into it. Let's start with the first part, which is why AI skills matter to you. Okay. So first understand what AI is in a simple words. Okay. So it's not like AI is, it's on the way or it's some distant technology that is not, that is still around the corner and not has, entered into anything. AI has already entered into real life workforce all around the world. People are adapting to it. People are learning how to use these AI tools. And AI used to be a lab tool few years ago. People used to use in a research lab where they used to use it in a confined environment or specifically designed system. But it has evolved so much now that it can be used like we use social media, like we use Google, that kind of stuff. So it has become so much sophisticated that it can be used by the public as well. So what this evolution has changed is basically all across the world, around 75% of knowledge workers whose work is basically on a laptop or a screen, or their work involves working on a screen. 75% of those knowledge workers already use AI in their work in some form. Some use it for text generation, some do it for images and orthographic designing, some use it for audio generation. And we will understand these things in detail further in this webinar. Almost 10 times faster it is. Like, if you if you take around 10 hours to do some work, it's a human is taking around 10 hours to do some work. AI can probably do it in within 1 hour or maybe less than that. Because the way it understands the work and the way it executes things, there are no physical delays. Everything happens inside a software, so things move very fast. Specifically, the drafting or summarizing skill or research task, usually it used to take years to understand one concept and research about it, to collect data from all across the world, from various websites and research papers and everything. But today with AI, if you put like, 4 or 5 lines of paragraph, explain your stuff clearly, then AI can do that 1 year worth of research in 30 minutes and you'll have all the data on your screens. So it is more than 10x faster, but it is safe to say that it is at least 10x faster. It will make your work at least 10x faster. So the productivity grows. And Right now, all across the world, AI is the number one skill that all the employers are seeking. The reason is obvious because it makes your work easy. It helps you work faster. It adds to the productivity. So there is one thing that says less people can do more work, but another thing is that the same amount of people can do 10 times more work with AI. So this is the number one skill that is being that is being offered by all the employers all across the world. So learning AI is something which is always going to benefit you, and it's not something that will only help you at work, but it is also going to help you in your personal life as well. Because once you understand the key concepts of how AI functions and how you can use it, it's not limited to work. You can use it for your personal stuff, like you managing your finances or taking insights from that kind of stuff. We'll understand about that in the further session. Let's move ahead. Now, what our country is doing for this? The country is investing decisively in AI and knowledge-based economy. Building human capability is a central vision for Vision 2030, right? The education is something that will lead the way for this. So here are three key points that will come up going towards this session. The national strategy for data and AI studies that aims to place Kingdom among the world's top nations in AI by 2030 and to train more than 20,000 plus data and AI specialists. So that changes the game drastically because having these many skilled people into data and AI specialists will create a huge supply of skill which is as you see that is number one in demand right now. So if you have these many people, that's a huge number, 20,000 plus people. So if you have these many people skilled on data and AI specialists, so that creates a lot of opportunity for the country. So that is one key point. The human capability part is basically human capability development program, which is under again Vision 2030 program. It prioritizes future skills and lifelong learning for all citizens. So, what are future skills basically? Today, in this particular webinar, we are going to see uh, we are going to learn about generative AI, how it works, and how to use it. But generative AI is foundation towards the next forms of AI. There are agents, there is agentic AI, and then there are other forms of AI that are being developed and coming into the public use. The generative AI is going to be the foundation of that. So today, if we are trained on generative AI, today if we are learning generative AI, in next 5 to 6 years, 10 years, we'll be able to use the future forms of AI as well because we understand generative AI so well. So that is another thing. So today, teaching generative AI is basically preparing everyone to become future ready. So that's another key part of this Vision 2030. And the third thing is the opportunity as AI reshapes the workplace. Building these skills now keeps you and your team ahead of the curve always. It's the same thing that I said in the previous slide that, if you learn it today, maybe 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, you will be leading that. I mean, we started, training 3 years ago when ChatGPT was released in November 2022. We picked it up quickly. We trained our teams on prompt engineering. We started teaching it early. And last 3 years, we have created so many AI professionals and we have trained so many people that now we are going towards becoming the leader in AI training. So the earlier you adapt to AI, the longer you stay in the game and higher you go in the work with the skill set. So that's the thing. So if you learn it today, you will be in the game for the long term. Let's move ahead. So what are AI fundamentals, and how do we implement it, simplify? So just to simplify it, I'm going to follow these three rules that we have been setting for last few sessions now. That is, there is not going to be any mathematical application. There is no mathematical calculations going through in this webinar. There are no jargons. We will not be using any short codes or any short forms that are used in usual, AI related discussions. We are not going to use that. We're going to skip all that. And we are not going to do any coding parts. So there is no complex stuff, this program does that and no data goes from here to there. That kind of stuff is not going to happen. We are going to simply focus on how to implement AI, how to use AI in a simplified manner. So before we do that, let's understand what is artificial intelligence, right? So as you can see in the screen, in simple words, it is AI is teaching machines. In these terms, you can say softwares as well, teaching machines to do things that normally need human thinking, recognizing patterns, understanding language, and making decisions. So intelligence is basically what, in terms of human intelligence, if I explain, intelligence is something which is, if I give you a book, you read that book, you understand that book, you understand the meaning of that book. And if maybe 6 months after you read the book, I ask you something about the book, you will be able to recite it. May not be word to word, but you will be able to recite the meaning of the book. That is called as that is the foundation of intelligence. I mean, you get something, you store something, you understand that, and then you can use it for your regular work or for the life. You can use into that. So that is the basic form of intelligence, and that's the human intelligence. And when a machine learns to do the same thing, it is called as artificial intelligence. That's the simplified and the most basic difference between human and artificial intelligence. Like humans can understand patterns, we understand how days work, how weeks work, in which month we have to do what, we have rules for that. And there are certain phases in our life that, in a childhood, we have to act in a certain way, in adulthood, we have to act in a certain way. There are some rules and all that. We follow all those things, we create patterns, and we recognize them in a certain way. AI also has that kind of patterns. It can understand patterns in your data. So pattern recognition is one of the things that AI can do, like humans can do. Then AI can obviously understand language, like we are communicating in English language, like right now. There is a certain, this is a medium of communication. AI can do that as well. AI is getting better at understanding other languages than English now. So as much as they train it, it will start understanding more languages. And there was a thing with software that it could not make final decisions. It always needed humans to take decisions. But AI has evolved in such a way that it is now in a position to make its own decisions and take care of the complex tasks. And it only requires a human to be in a loop when the decision can produce a catastrophic output. In that case only it can it needs a human in the loop. Other than that, the decisions that are process based or predefined or has some back data, it can just take the decision and move on. So we have been using AI. It's not like in November 2022, suddenly a new technology was introduced. We have been using AI for years now. It has been around us, but it was in a very basic, or I can say diluted form that we were using. So the face unlock feature that we have on a phone that has, that reads your face first, understands your facial structure, and then it remembers that, and it will unlock your face no matter what you are wearing. If you're wearing sunglasses, if you're wearing some kind of specs, even if you are wearing some kind of mask, it will be able to understand from the whatever part is exposed to the camera, and it will be able to unlock the phone. So that is one type of AI that you all have been already using. Then there is Google Maps. There are all kind of map applications. They predict your arrival time. They use the satellite data and everything to help you navigate through complex roads. So even if you don't know the path to road to go somewhere, you can just ask on a Maps app and it will guide you. Then there are Netflix and YouTube applications. These applications use your consumption data, your history, and everything to recommend new videos to you. Like if you are into, if some person is into educational content on YouTube, if you're watching some educational videos for 2 3 weeks, then it will start showing you more educational videos as a recommendation. You don't even have to search for anything; it will just show you stuff. That is where Netflix works the same way. Then there are spam filters in your inbox. If you have been using Google or Microsoft emails, they keep learning from your usage. They keep learning from what kind of mails you think are legitimate and you think are spam, and they will definitely filter out the emails that have spammy links or that have any harmful links in it, and those emails will not show up in your inbox ever. So all these patterns and everything that is recognized by Google's AI, internal AI. So this has been a very basic preliminary level of AI that you have been using. Then there is voice assistant like Siri and Alexa that we use at our home. We give voice command to Siri and we ask Alexa to play songs, change TV channel, change color of the things, or maybe if it is connected to your home automation, you can turn on and off the home appliances and all that. You can control your TV through Alexa. All these things can be done. So these are all basic and rudimentary examples of AI that we have been using. The one example, which is the last one in this slide, which is auto suggest feature that we use on a mobile phone. When we type something, it either suggests the next letter that we're typing or it will suggest the next word. And if you keep pressing on that next word, it will help you, sometimes it helps you to write entire sentences without typing a single letter, just keeping on next, next, next. You can do that. You can think of AI as a more evolved version of that because it will not only suggest, it will also write a lot of things for you, right? So I hope this is clear. This is how AI is. This is what AI is, and this is how AI has been around us. It has been evolving around us. It has been present since years. It's just that suddenly, in the form of chatbot, when it has appeared, a lot of people think that that is AI, but we have been using AI for years now, more than 10, 15 years. Moving ahead, let's understand the key concepts of AI that will help us to move ahead in this webinar and take examples and all that. So there are three things, that is AI, which is artificial intelligence, then there is machine learning, and there is generative AI as well. So what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is basically, we understood that a software or a machine that thinks like humans, but this is a larger domain. It's a broad goal. Machines that perform tasks needing human-like intelligence. The example is, for example, we can say that the system that routes traffic or plays chess against a person. So that is one of the examples that you can see. But artificial intelligence is a broad domain under which machine learning and deep learning comes out. So we'll not go deep into machine learning or deep learning right now because that is something that will become a lot more technical. But I'll quickly explain what machine learning is, as it is part of this webinar. So machine learning is basically when a machine learns patterns from the data that we provided instead of being unprogrammed. So traditionally, what used to happen is the programmers and developers, they used to write code. They create a process through which the program would go, and it will produce the same output based on the same input all the time. But with machine learning, it understands from the data that you have. We'll see an example of that in the webinar ahead from the data that you have, and it will produce output based on the what kind of question you are asked. For example, if you have a data of emails, and let's say you have 1,000 emails in your inbox, and you want to ask how many emails are from are related to the sales inquiries. Okay. So then what happens is when you ask that question, usually email will not respond you in a count. It will just match the keyword with the search and all, and it will give you a random count. But machine learning algorithm, what it will do is it will go through. It has already gone through those email and everything. Its training has been done. So when you ask how many emails are related to sales, it will give you a thorough response, which will include how many emails, the count of emails, which emails are hot right now. I mean, if you reply to those emails, you can quickly convert those into paying customers. Which emails are cold, which you need follow up, which emails have been missed, like people were interested, but there was no follow up from your side, so they have been missed, so you can retarget them, that kind of stuff. So machine learning will do all these kind of stuff for you. So that is what machine learning is. And based on all these concepts, there is another thing called, which is the latest trend right now and happening all across the world, which is generative AI. So generative AI is basically AI that creates new content. Okay. So may it be text, may it be images, may it be writing code for a software, or may it be generating audio files or video even for that matter. Right. So that is generative AI. So as the word suggests generative, it generates the stuff out of the training data that it has. So example here written is basically ChatGPT writing an email for you. So how it can write an email for you? If you ask it to write a leave application, if you ask it to write a marketing plan, or if you ask it to write a LinkedIn post for you, it will write that for you based on what training it has received. Now, if you ask for a LinkedIn post, it knows that LinkedIn demands professional language, and there is a certain tone to those posts. It will draft in that manner. If you ask it to write caption for a Facebook post or Instagram post, it will write that into that kind of tone and using those kind of words. So that is what generative AI understands the tone and everything, and it will create stuff for you accordingly. We'll see more of this in the demo, how things change when you give a proper prompt and all that. We'll move ahead towards even a little more depth into generative AI. So how generative AI works is basically think of it as a world-based read assistant. It has read an entire library of books and it understands all that. Now, when you ask it something about what it has read, it has understood, it is capable of recreating it in its own words, in its own language, right? So you can ask it questions about. It has read enormous amount of text, so it predicts the most useful next words that you might like, and it is exceptionally smart with what it does. It's like a glorified autocomplete that I explained earlier, right? So what happens is you ask a question, you ask it to or give it request, right? That request is called as a prompt, right? So whatever you write, whatever the input that you provide to an generative AI, that is called as a prompt. So what it does, it takes in that prompt. The model draws a learning pattern based on that prompt. Whatever it has learned, it will compare that prompt with the learnings that we have, and then it will assemble relevant answer based on that. So let's say if you are asking about some event that has happened 3 years ago, some football match or some cricket match you are talking about, it will be able to fetch that data from the training it has received, from the data that it has received, and it will be able to draft a few paragraph based on that. Now, when that output comes out, it comes in front of you on the screen. It's not that the first output that it gives is perfect and it has to be accepted as it is. You can always refine it, right? You add details or you give it your feedback, how much you like it or not. You want in a certain way that, no, no, this is a football statistic I want. So this should not be in a paragraphical format. We are comparing two football players. So what we'll do is we'll keep it in a table format. So that way it improves the response, and it gives you the data that you require and in the format that you require, right? So let's move ahead. Like I promised, let's see generative AI in action right now. Uh, we have chosen two tools here, that is ChatGPT and Gemini that we have, and we'll be seeing those tools in action right now. I have already prepared a couple of prompts for you for the demo, and we are going to see these demos, right? We are going to generate social media posts. We are going to generate emails. We are going to generate images to go with those social media posts, and we are going to see how the output changes when we change the prompt. Okay, we are going to see all that in action right now. So let me just walk you through what we are going to do exactly. Uh, let's do these five demos right now. First is we'll just simply draft an email and we'll give it a follow-up prompt, and will ask you to perfect it. Then we'll summarize a long report into 5 points. Now the report has been already created. We'll just copy paste that into the prompt input, and we'll create these 5 points. Then the next is about we'll turn a rough note, like we created in the second example. We create 5 points from the report, but in the third example we'll do the reverse of that. We only have quick notes we have taken, maybe during a meeting or maybe during a client call or maybe during some kind of interaction or discussion. We have taken quick notes. We can use those notes to create a polished proposal properly. So we'll see that in action, how that changes. And after that, we'll build an Excel formula by just describing what we have. We'll not upload the Excel into the AI and ask it to analyze it. We'll keep the Excel away from AI so that our exact data will not go into the AI, but we'll only describe what the Excel looks like, what data we have in which which column and row, and based on that, we get a formula from AI. We can just copy paste that formula and we'll continue using Excel. So this is just a basic example that I am showing. You can ask complex questions to AI based on that, and it will still give you the formula and you can use it. And the last one is creating a social media post. We'll be creating a LinkedIn post and one image to go with it. We'll see all that. So let me just fire up the browser that we have. Let me just switch to. We have ChatGPT and Gemini here. Can somebody please confirm that we can see the Gemini interface? So I can go ahead and start showing the demos. Okay.
Yes,
Right. For the
excuse me.
first, okay, cool. Thank you so much. For the first thing, we're going to draft a professional email. And what we're going to do here is we are going to ask AI to act as an assistant and write a short, polite email to a supplier asking for revised quotation for 50 office chairs. Okay. Let me just copy that prompt from my notes and paste it here so you all can see. Okay. So this is the thing, 50 office chairs. Now, this is a random scenario that we have picked up just to demonstrate how AI responds to your thing. So, needed by next Sunday, that is the constraint that we have. And we'll need a professional tone. It should be under 120 words because it should not be a long letter to the supplier. And give a subject line, a clear subject line. So, I've just copy pasted it. I'm not going to change or edit anything. We'll just send it as it is. I'll just click on send. Right. And it has drafted an email for us. So what it has done is basically, okay. So based on that, what it has done, it doesn't know my name yet because I have not given my name into this. There is no name set up anywhere. So what it has done is it has created a placeholder for the supplier name, right? It doesn't know my name also because I have not given it. So it has created a signature. It has created your name and your company. So it's a placeholder that it has created. And if you see that it has given really a clear subject line, revised quotation request, 50 office chairs. It's very clear. I mean, if you just read it through notifications as well, you'll understand what it, where it is aiming. So it's very clear. Then it starts with, I hope this email finds you well. We asked it for a professional tone, right? So it has started in professional tone. Following a recent discussion, it assumed that there has been a discussion about office shares. Could you please provide a revised quotation for 50 office shares to help us finalize our planning? We would greatly appreciate receiving this updated quote by the end of this day, uh, this coming Sunday, which is on 21st June. Now, 21st June is not something that we have asked it to add into the prompt. But since it understands the stuff and we are asking it for the Sunday, so based on today's date, it has said that 21st June is the next Sunday. So let me put that date there correctly. So it has done this on its own. It has taken this decision on its own. Okay. So decision making thing that I was talking about, it takes these kind of decisions on its own. So this is not something which is catastrophic. You can always, when you copy this stuff and put it into an email, you can always edit that. So this is not going to create some issues. So this kind of decisions AI will take on behalf of you. And then there is the last line. Thank you for your assistance with this request. We look forward to hearing from you. Okay. So this is the basic email that it has created based on a 4 line of prompt. We'll move ahead and we'll not accept it as it is because it's just first draft that we have received. We can always improvise this. I have created a follow-up prompt as well because we are going to make it even better. So what I'm asking to do it next is make it a little warmer and add one line thanking them for their quick support. Okay. So I'll not iterate everything written in the first prompt. It had already understood what was the first prompt. It knows what it has generated in the response. So I'm just going to add this into the follow-up prompt. So if I just press enter on my keyboard, so yeah, the subject line is almost the same. It has not changed anything in the subject line, but you can see the change in tone right now. Okay. Following our recent discussion, Could you please provide a revised quotation for 50 office chairs? The subject line is the same, but the tone of the email has changed and the language is changed. The choice of words has changed. We have we have truly appreciated your quick support and guidance through this process to help us finalize our planning. We would be very grateful to receive this updated. Now, this sounds much better, much more respectful, much more warmer, and there is a good chance that this supplier, wherever it is on the on in the world, they will be able to assist us and help us with the great quality of goods because the email sounds really respectful and very well, right? So this is how things change when you change the instruction and all that. We'll move ahead. Let's go to a new chat, a fresh chat. Okay. I'll copy paste. Now the next demo is about summarizing a long report into 5 key points. Let me just copy the first form that I have created. So this is the first instruction line. Summarize the report. Summarize the report below into 5 key bullet points. A busy manager can read in 30 seconds. Then add one line, recommended action at the bottom. Okay, this will be probably added at the bottom. Okay, but this is the just the action that we are asking. We haven't given it any data for that. So what we are going to do now, I'm just going to copy the report data that I have. It's just 2 paragraphs, nothing much. Just copy that and I'll paste it here. I'll just do shift enter twice so it creates some space on the screen, and I'll just control V and paste that. Okay. So this is the data that I'm pasting. I'll just quickly read through it for everyone. This is a quarterly operations update for quarter 1. Overall service requests rose 18% versus last year, driven mainly by the new branches in the eastern region. Average response time improved from 9 hours to 6 hours after we added 2 support staff and introduced a shared ticket queue. Customer satisfaction scores went up from 81% to 88%. However, spare parts delays affected 14% of the jobs, and overtime cost increased by 22% because of the higher request volume. The new mobile app is now used by 40% of field staff, reducing paperwork, but training is still incomplete for the night shift. For next quarter, we plan to expand the app to all the staff, sign a record spare parts supplier, sign a second, I'm sorry, sign a second spare parts supplier, and review the overtime policy. Okay. So now this is a generic report that we have created. This is not associated with any company or anything like that. This is a generic report that is here. So for a busy manager who has, let's say, only 30 seconds to spend on a report to read on email, reading this much of stuff, it took me more than a minute probably or more than that. And if I am going through hundreds of these emails every day, it is very difficult for me to remember what I read in this particular email. So what I'm going to ask, we are going to ask Gemini to, do this thing, to create a 5 key point summary of this, and let's see what it does. So I just go here and I'll just send it. I'll just click on submit, and let's see what it does. So this is the operational summary it has created. Okay. So volume. So operational summary, what it is, volume and performance. Service request grew 18%. Now all the descriptive fluff that we had here, like communicative language and everything, it has turned that down into 5 key points. It has created 1 point as volume and performance. Okay, it has summarized volume and performance into that. Service request grew by 18%, and response time has improved 9 to 6 hours. Customer satisfaction has rose to 88%. So it has created volume and performance as 1 point. It has created operational challenges. It has summarized all the operational challenges into 1 point. Then digital transformation, mobile app adoption, what it has changed and everything. Gaps, the gaps you have mentioned here in this description, it has mentioned these gaps into a separate point, and then strategic outlook. Right? So it has created a beautiful 5 point summary. We can just use this. And for a busy manager who has been going through things back to back, if they read it quickly in 30 seconds, they'll be able to understand and get the gist of whatever it is, and they'll be able to take action based on that. So this is another use case. We'll just quickly try the same thing. I'll just copy this entire thing. I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll paste it here. I'll not explain everything again. I'll just press send and let's see what ChatGPT does. Now ChatGPT has created a different kind of summary because it's a different AI model, different kind of training, different kind of data has been used. So it has created that. So the data is the same from the same prompt, but the way of presentation is different. And it is up to you. I mean, it's up to your choice and your likes that if you like this kind of presentation, then you can use this. If you like Gemini style presentation, then you can use this. Whichever fits to your workplace, whichever fits to your choice and taste, you can use that. So it creates the similar kind of output on both the models as well. So you can safely say that most of the models work in the same way, provided that you have given a proper prompt. We'll see how a proper prompt is used. Let's move to the third demo that we have, which is reverse of this. We have 5 points. Let me just quickly go to a new chat. Okay. Let me just copy this. So this is the first instruction part that we have. Let me just copy that. We are converting 5 notes that a person has taken uh, during a meeting or maybe during a discussion, and we have to convert that into a proper proposal. So let me just format it. Doesn't need to be formatted like this. You can just leave it as it is, but it just worked my conscience better to have it formatted. Okay. So what we can do is now the instruction is turn the rough notes below into a polished one-page proposal. Use these headings: objective, what's included, what are the durations, investment, next steps, and personal but a friendly tone. Okay. So these are the things that we are going to submit. I'll just quickly submit this and we'll walk through it once we get the response. Okay. So these are the notes. Client wants staff trained on AI tools, roughly about 30 people, approximately 30 people. Then 2 days, hands-on, ChatGPT plus Excel plus email writing. They want a certificate at the end of the workshop. Obviously, that is required. Then prefer weekends to schedule it on their site in Riyadh. They want it in their office itself. So it is located in Riyadh. So we have to do it there. And budget not fixed. Ask for a proposal anyway. So we have to propose in that manner. And then need workbook and recordings during this. So now what Gemini has does is basically it has gone ahead and created a PDF for us, training proposal PDF. So one page AI training proposal is ready. If we click on this, let's see what it does. It's opening that PDF for us. Now it has created a well formatted and colorized and everything designed and all PDF for us. It has created a proposal prepared for your consideration. Riyadh case, it has added that on its own. We didn't tell it to do that, but it has taken that decision. AI empowerment workshop. It has decided the name of the workshop as well on its own. It has gone ahead and done that. So it has created an objective, how the workshop will, what is the objective of the workshop, what we are going to do, what's included based on the notes. Hands-on training is included, comprehensive toolkit is included, course recordings are included, certification is included. Then what's the duration? So we suggested that it's a 2-day thing, the 2-day intensive workshop that is being planned for this consecutive weekends, or consecutive weekends it will happen. Investment, since we said that budget is not fixed. So what it has done is, as we are in the initial planning phase, I have prepared a flexible framework once we confirm the specific requirements and any additional customization need for your team. I will provide the formal code. So it has not added any financial terms into it. There is no money or there is nothing involved in terms of finances into this. It has, on its own decided that it should not be into it. And it has added what are the next steps. If this proposal aligns with your vision, let's schedule a brief 15-minute discovery call. We can do that. And preferred weekend dates, we can do it on the call. Specific team challenges. what are the current levels of team skills on AI. We can understand in that, are they at beginner level, are they at a very expert or power user level. Based on that, we can decide. We can take that on the call, and then any further customization requirements. So all that can be done. So this looks like a good document that it has created. Uh, it might look a little messy because the formatting is little of this next step has to be on the next page because it is setting up in between two pages. But for a four line of prompts and five items of the notes, what output it has created is really brilliant. Let's do the same thing into ChatGPT. We'll just copy paste into it and generate. Let's see if ChatGPT can generate a PDF file directly. No, it has created a file for us to copy. Okay. So it has done a similar thing, but it has created a same workshop with a different name. AI productivity training proposal. So here it has created the workshop directly. It has given the name. It has gone ahead and decided that this should be the name of the workshop. And GPT is little more of a team player. Looks like it is still working on proposal. So it has added training proposal. Rest, the format is very much similar to what Gemini has does. It has created objective. It has said what is included, what are the training topics. It has included what are the deliverables. This is even much better as professional language compared to when there is training format. There will be on-site training that is probably not mentioned here how it is going to happen, but GPT has mentioned that it is 2 full days. The program is designed for the balanced instructions, demonstration, practical exercise. So these things have been omitted by Gemini, but GPT has included them. So this is one draft of proposal. You can just write a follow-up prompt and ask it to create even better one. So that can work as well. Uh, that takes us to our next presentation, next demo that we have. And next demo is with Excel. So with Excel, what we'll do is I already have an Excel ready. I'll just show you quickly what that Excel is. Okay. Let me just bring that on the screen. Okay, so that is the Excel that we have. Now, for all of you to see, this Excel has basically participants' name, their exam score, and the result status, pass or fail. So what we are going to do is we are going to explain ChatGPT to what is in the column number A, column number B, and column number C. And we have around 20 rows over here from row 2 to row 20. We have around 19 rows. So we are going to ask ChatGPT to create a formula that we can paste into these rows, and it will automatically detect if this person is pass or fail. The criteria for that will be if this exam score is more than 50, then the candidate is pass. If it is less than 50, then it is the candidate is failed. So instead of doing it for all the rows manually, we'll get it from ChatGPT. We'll get that. I'll just copy that prompt quickly, and we will move to ChatGPT for the demo. Let me create a new chat. Okay. Just paste it here. Okay. And just put it. So I have not uploaded the Excel sheet into ChatGPT. ChatGPT doesn't know exactly what data is there, but I have described the whole thing to ChatGPT, and it is now doing it. While it creates the answer, what we'll do is simultaneously we'll do the same thing with Gemini as well. So we can save some time. Just send it. Okay, so Gemini has already created the thing, and ChatGPT, okay, it has also created. Now, this is the formula. If we copy this, we just have to go to the Excel sheet, and we have to just click and we can just, you can just paste it, I think. So this particular person is considered as passed. So this formula has been pasted. What we can do is we can just, we have already copied it and paste it here. You can always select this and paste it. Okay, instead of that, what we can do is we can just drag and see. Okay, so the work has been done. And let's say instead of 20, we have 2,000 participants and marks of all that. we have to mention this pass and fail everything. So instead of marking everyone pass and fail individually, we can just do that. Okay. So we did not upload our data to ChatGPT. ChatGPT does not know how many or which candidates that we have or their marks. They know nothing about it. But still, we have done our work. So this is just a basic example. Somebody who knows mid-level Excel can do this very easily. But when it comes to advanced Excel skills, like applying a VLOOKUP or a HLOOKUP or anything else, or creating a dashboard out of this data and all that, which is an advanced Excel thing, you can still do the same thing with ChatGPT and Gemini, and you can use it in a similar way. Right? So this is how you can use these tools in various manners. So this is just use two same tools repeatedly in different use cases, and they have given us great output. Okay. Now for the last part of the demo that we have, what we can do is we are going to ask it to write a LinkedIn post. Let me just copy that prompt before I show you. Minimize that. Uh, let's see what formula. It's the same formula Gemini has created. So both of them will work in this manner. It has also explained once you have entered this, you can click on the bottom right corner of cell C2 and drag it down to C20. So what I did manually, it has also explained what to do. It has asked me to do that, right? So if I was somebody who has never worked on Excel, who has never seen interface of Excel, I can still do some pretty good stuff in Excel just with the help of these AI tools, right? All right, let's move ahead to the LinkedIn post. I'll just create a new thing into both new chats into both the AI tools. So what I'm going to ask is basically uh, write a LinkedIn post about 80 words announcing a free AI skill webinar for working professionals in friendly and professional, and end with a clear call to register. Add three relevant hashtags at the bottom, obviously. Then describe an image I could generate to go with the path. So what we'll do is we will get rid of this part for now. We will not ask it to describe any images right now because it will probably give us a prompt for the image. It will not give us the image. Okay. So ready to level up AI and everything. Okay. So it has given us a good thing, good LinkedIn post, and the hashtags it has produced are pretty good. They are relevant to the content that we are asking it to generate: artificial intelligence, professional development, and future work. So the whole thing sounds very good. Click the link below to register today and secure your spot. This also is a good call to action. Uh, we'll do the same thing in GPT as well. We'll not ask it to describe an image. We'll get rid of that part, and let's see what it does. Okay, this language is much better. Excited to announce a free AI skill. Did we ask it to make a free skill? Okay, free AI skill webinar for working professionals. Discover practical ways of thinking. It has gone ahead and added a calendar emoji as well. Gemini has not done that, but GPT has added a calendar emoji as well. So this is visually even more appealing. But the one thing it has not done is it has not given a placeholder for link, which Gemini has considered that probably will provide a registration link or a thing like that, some link of the webinar here. This has not been done by ChatGPT. So this is the difference between these two models, understanding of that. Now, next thing we need is we need an image to go with this post on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn probably it has an algorithm that pushes your text post when there is an image assisting it, right? So we'll just copy the prompt for the image. I'll just paste it here. We'll quickly run through the prompt. That is, generate a bright professional photograph of a person, perhaps a man in the modern office background, or in a co-working space looking at their laptop screen with a curious and focused expression. Now it has defined this, explicitly, how he's looking at the laptop and what expressions that he has on his face. Uh, they could be resting their chin on their hand, overlay a transparent banner across the bottom that reads free webinar, start your journey, AI journey, with a clear registered sign up button graphic in a vibrant color. The target audience for this is Saudi audience compatible. It has to be with Saudi attire. Okay. So if we don't describe this, it will probably take up the general thing, general attire thing, and it will not be specific to the audience that we are targeting. So we'll just submit this and let's see what kind of image it generates. Hopefully it gets all the attributes right. Meanwhile, what we'll do is we'll copy those, and as this image is being generated, we'll do the same thing with ChatGPT. Let's see, paste that, just send it, and let it generate the image as well. Okay. So the image is ready on Gemini. It has done almost everything that we have asked. Every single request we have given has been, incorporated. It has created, a good office background. It doesn't look like a co-working space. It looks like a proper office. There is a laptop. There is a man who has been resting his chin on his, hand. There is an overlay banner. There is a register now button on this. So all the requests have been done. Now, it has, since we mentioned Saudi, so it has automatically considered that it will be in Riyadh. So what we can do is we can ask it to change, and we can say that change the background to Jeddah. Everything else the same. So let's send this. This is a change. Let's see if it picks up the image and changes the background. Now this Riyadh background has to change to Jeddah. Let's see if it can permanently produce a Jeddah skyline. What it has done in ChatGPT. Okay, so it has put a lot of text on the image, and most of the spellings are correct. So what happened here is it has created everything. It has also honored all the requests. There is a laptop. There is a man, resting on his chin and everything. There is a banner in the back: learn, adopt, innovate, and succeed, which is in alignment with this article that it has generated. And then there is free webinar: start your AI journey today, and it has created skills, real world use cases, and future ready. So this image is also pretty good, but it doesn't have a black background or anything, so we don't have to edit that. So both of the tools have created great images, and this really looks. I mean, if even if you just zoom into it, this looks really well. We can change the aspect ratio. We can, if we're putting it on a Instagram, then we can just select story, and it will change this exact image that we have in the story format. Okay. So let's say what happened. Okay. So it has changed it to Jeddah probably. It has tried its best to create that skyline. This is changed compared to what this is. Okay. But there is so much more scope to improve as well. Okay. So this is how the images and everything are generated. This is how things work in the AI domain. And we'll be diving deeper into this, all the forms and everything. We'll be providing all the tricks and tips that we have created over the time. There are so many things to do with ChatGPT and Gemini using different types of prompts. We'll be continuing all this into the the bootcamp that we are producing on 6th and 7th of July. So let me just quickly go ahead, continue with the presentation, and let me just put that into the perspective first. Let's move ahead. So the next part is how AI at work can. Before I go ahead, can somebody please confirm that we have come back to the PPT? I don't want anyone to be left behind on the Gemini or ChatGPT screens. Sometimes it may happen that when we switch, it won't come back to PPT. Can somebody please confirm? Okay. So we'll move ahead. So AI at work, that's the next topic. So what are the use cases of AI in different sectors? So AI can be used in accounts and finance. Its use cases are clear: draft vendor payment reminders, emails for that, and follow-up emails. You can draft and explain budget variances in plain language. which is a very important thing because not everyone understands these terms, commonly. Then we can generate and fix Excel formulas that we just saw. That was a very basic formula actually, but you can generate a lot more complex formulas and you can go through the Excel, you can use the Excel very efficiently and effectively. You can turn raw figures or numbers into broad and steady summaries, since it will be grounded in your data. So all these summaries and dashboards and everything will be very insightful and very useful in decision making. We can reconcile notes into clean monthly reports. Like we just saw that there was a 5 point summary of a meeting and we created an entire proposal out of that. So we can do that in accounting and finance. For health and safety, we can generate toolbox talk scripts that then we can summarize incident reports plus corrective actions we can suggest based on that. Draft site safety checklist and risk assessment. In certain scenarios, it takes a lot of time to draft these kind of checklists, but with AI, if you explain the scenario properly, it will take care of all the edge cases that are required to create this kind of checklist, so it can ease out work 10 times more. Then simplify regulations into staff briefings. Every day, every morning, if there are staff briefings happening, there has to be the summary of what happened in the previous day, what worked, what did not work in the previous day. And all those points need to be mentioned clearly so that today when they start working, they will not miss out on anything. They will be able to follow every instruction properly. For that, the instructions need to be in the list. So if you use AI for that, it will not forget and it will add those things. At least it will add one line about some incident happened in the previous day. And the person who is giving those instructions will be able to explain that properly. It can create induction and awareness material as well. It can create new training materials as well. So that is helpful. Then human resource, we can write job descriptions, we can offer letters, summarize CVs again. Let's say you have one position and you have received 50 CVs for that. So instead of going through every CV individually, what you can do is you can just ask AI to summarize the CVs and then compare that to the job description that you have given and ask it to list the CVs that it has created. It will show you the most compatible candidate. Let's say these 5 candidates are most compatible, then these next 5 candidates are little less compatible, and so that you can go ahead. You can draft policies. You can and onboarding plans. You can make the onboarding of employees smooth using these policies. Team exit interviews and survey feedbacks when an employee is leaving an organization. The exit interview is something that is very useful to understand what kind of experience they had when they were working with us. So that can be drafted, that questionnaire can be drafted using AI. That will be a thoroughly and well thought of. Then you answer staff FAQs consistently. That is, these are the first 3 use cases. Next is for engineering and technical. You can summarize technical standards into key points, uh, draft method statements. There are reports and all that. Then you can explain generative calculations and formulas. What feeds into structured doc that are useful. We saw that Gemini went ahead and created a PDF. We can create more structured docs. We can compare options and list pros and cons. In corporation management, we can draft minutes of meeting like you just saw. Actions and logs from this, we can assign tasks to people directly into that from that action log and minutes of meeting. We can build proposal then and there only. We can create pitch decks. This very pitch deck has been designed using AI. It did take some time because there are a lot of customizations and everything. But this particular pitch deck that we are seeing has been designed using AI. Very less manual work has been done. So yes, you can design great pitch decks. You can create announcement, summarize, long reports that we just saw. That was just a 2 or 3 paragraph report, but you can summarize longer reports like 50, 60 pages of reports. You can summarize in one single page, and it will still mean the same thing. Uh, then you can create a polished professional emails that we just saw, prepare briefing and notes for the meetings. We can use AI for education and government as well, data policy briefs, circulars, and correspondence. I personally have seen a lot of government official all across the world using AI to draft their letters now. because it just creates the letter to the point. It doesn't beat around the bush. So it will stay on the point. It will give you the exact insight of the letter. Create lesson plans, content and assessment. It will give you summarize stakeholder feedbacks, which is very important when you're growing a business. Uh, then it will simplify and translate communications into different languages uh, in a reliable way. It will also prepare reports and execute summaries for you. This brings us to the last part of this thing, which is the prompt engineering secrets. We're going to see one secret in this webinar, which you can immediately copy and paste into your next prompt that you will write whenever you like. If you are trying this along with this webinar, I mean, you're watching the webinar and you're also trying it on your laptop simultaneously, I highly recommend you to use this immediately on the laptop. If not, it's okay. The whole presentation is going to be available on YouTube. You can just rewatch it there. So that won't be a problem. But if you are doing that, I'll recommend trying it immediately. So this is one of the prompt techniques that we teach in our boot camps and in our workshops. Is basically uh, is a four-part prompt, which is role, task, context, and format. So role is basically you ask AI to behave in a certain way. For example, behave as an experienced HR manager who has worked in a large company for 10 years. And then you ask it to do a certain task, right? Let's say you ask that experienced person to write a job advertisement. So a fresher will write a job advertisement in a different manner, but an experienced person will write the same job advertisement in a much more elegant way, much more matured manner. So that changes a lot. So the first thing, which is the role, this part, this gives the idea of how the AI should behave. So we are asking it to behave as an HR manager. What it is supposed to do, it has to write a job advertisement. Uh, what is the concept? That the role is in a company in Riyadh. So it is going to be office role. So probably the local candidates in Riyadh are preferred. So based on that, it can write the description as well. And the next part is the format. So what should be the format? It should be in a 5 short bullet points, right? If you write this prompt in this way, and you give it to any AI model, ChatGPT or Gemini or maybe Copilot, it may be Grok or Claude is coming in hot right now. So that is there. So if you give it to that, it will be able to write a great advertisement for you. And you can try this with various permutation and combinations of roles and tasks. Here I'm using example of HR manager. You can use example of CEO. You can use example of a consultant or anything like that. It puts itself into the shoes of that person and will give you output based on that. So what actually changes when you use this particular type of prompt technique, right? So what happens is the difference is uh, there are weak prompts and there are strong prompts. Okay. So write about our academy is also a prompt. And I will not say that it is a wrong prompt because there are no wrong prompts. Okay. There are just bad prompts. Okay. So write about our academy is a prompt, but it's a very bad prompt because AI does not know based on all its training data that it has, which is almost the entire internet. So based on that, what exactly it is supposed to do, it doesn't know. So what result it will produce is it will produce a generic and vague about page or about content for the academy. It probably will not assume the name of the academy. It will leave a placeholder, but it will probably write it in the wrong tone because if it's a training academy, it should be in a certain tone. If it's a healthcare training academy, that should be in a certain tone. Certain types of words should be used in that manner. So that has to be explained properly. That will this will end up making you work harder because it will need heavy editing. It will give you a response. You will have to write a follow prompt, then it will again give you a response, then another follow prompt. So after 5, 6 iteration, it will sound like what you want to use. So you will work more than AI does. That is not the point of using AI. So that's a problem. And probably you will end up at a point you will end up rewriting it yourself and giving it to AI. So this is how I wanted it. Now you just correct it, probably the grammar and spellings and everything, and you get it from AI. That's not why AI is made for. So that is the wrong way of using. So what kind of prompt you should use? Act as a marketing writer here. The marketing writer is basically the role that we are assigning it. So act as a marketing writer. Write a 60-word intro for our website. So now the task is clear. It's a 60-word introduction for the website, and it is clearly setting that it's for a website. So now it knows how to sound, and it's a friendly and professional. It has to be friendly and professional output for a training academy in RIA. Now it has a clear insight of what to do. What kind of result it will produce? It will be a specific and on brand. It will be specific to the training brand. It will have right tone, the kind of tone a training academy requires. It will have the right length because we have asked it to keep it 60 words, and it will be ready to use. Probably you will have to do one more follow-up prompt just to add few things, but I think this kind of prompt will give you a good output just in one try. Okay, and it will probably save you around 20 minutes going back and forth with AI and all that. And you can just quickly copy paste that output into some email you want or into a design that you have created for this. So that way. So this was one of the prompt tricks and tips that we teach into our thing. Uh, Moving ahead, the last part of this webinar, but this is the most important part, is basically the career and workforce impact. How now that we have seen the power of AI, we have seen how it responds, how it works, how it changes its output depending on just simple words that you use to explain. It can do a lot more than just generating text. It can create images, videos, audio, and everything. So we teach all that into the bootcamp, and that will help you into growing your career into 10x or 50x folds in coming 6 months to 1 year period. So let me just quickly introduce you to the bootcamp. What is going to happen in that bootcamp? The bootcamp is going to cover. It's going to be a job-ready skill, hands-on practice with exact tools. We have seen only two tools today, ChatGPT and Gemini. That too, we have only scratched the surface of it. It's a whole iceberg. We have only scratched the surface. We haven't used all the all the power of those tools. So we'll be using that in the bootcamp. It will help you to stand out instantly. It will give you AI literacy, signals your current, adaptable, and makes you adaptable and efficient. It will make you work faster and sharper, less mistakes in the work, less iterations of the same work. So you can be you don't become dependent on AI, but you become efficient with AI. That's how you work with it, right? So you'll understand how to do that. Then it will make you future proof because you'll be learning generative AI, which is the foundation of all the AI coming in the future, all the future AI technology. So it will make you future proof as well. And there is a certification at the end of the program as well, okay, which is admissible, and it can go with your CV and you can put it on the LinkedIn, and it will really work for you. So that will add to your educational experience. It will add to your educational capabilities that you have. And more than any of these things, what matters is it will give you confidence to lead. Uh, Today you are working in the country. If tomorrow, if you wish to go outside or if you wish to work with the companies that are working outside, it will give you a confidence that, I know something that you are already been using. I have all those things under control, and I can use the latest AI tools that rest of the world is using. So it will turn from anxious about AI to the go-to AI person at work. I have seen in last 2 years, I've been conducting all these workshops and all that. People who have adopted AI, even in the government offices, even in the corporates, when they adopt AI, those people used to be very silent people in the office. They used to be not many people used to interact with them. But since they adopted AI, there has been a lot of change. They have become sort of a leader in the office. Any problem that comes, any challenge that occurs, people run to them for help or guidance. And yes, they use AI for solving the problems, but they have honed the skill of using AI, so they can do it very effectively. So that has changed the game almost drastically for them. So all these things we are covering in the upcoming bootcamp. Uh, what we get in the full bootcamp is it's a step-by-step, no code AI training. Again, similar to this webinar, we are not going to write a single line code in this. We are not going to put any jargons, no LLM, no NLP, no AI/ML part. Where you will have to guess what this short form actually means and all that. No, that kind of stuff. Nothing like that. Very simplified to the point in plain English, and from very basic level was to take you to a certain level where at the end of the bootcamp you feel that you have learned something new in your life and that can actually help you grow. It will be a live workshop, bootcamp. It will be led and it will be interactive sessions. Not like this where I'm explaining stuff and you all are just listening. It will be interactive. It will be a hands-on labs with ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot. We'll try to include more tools into it. A prompt library will be shared and used. We'll be sharing that with you as well. Whatever we are going to teach during the bootcamp, we'll share that prompt library with you. Real workplace projects for your own role. If you are from HR background, you're from healthcare background, we'll be having at least one project which is related to your domain. And if you don't have that, let's say you're from some background for which we don't have, we will create that project within the boot camp and we'll make it work for you. So we can do that. Then there are participant workbooks that we'll be giving you, handing out as a resource. So even after the boot camp, you can refer that and you can, revisit the learnings that you had. Then there will be assessment plus obviously a certificate of completion that will be used. You can use it for, your improving your CV and all that. Then there will be ongoing tips to keep your skills correct. We just don't teach and leave. We will keep in touch with you. We will tell you about things that are, what new technologies are coming and everything. So all kinds of people are, welcome for this. Beginners, people who have already used this AI tool, they are also welcome. People who have not used anything, probably some of you have seen this for the first time in action. That is also okay. You can also join that webinar, and it is probably it's mostly open for everybody. There is something for everyone in this boot camp, so you can just go ahead and register. I'll just quickly show you the dates and all. It's going to be on the 6th and 7th of July, 2026. It's going to be an 8 hours thing, but divided into two parts of 4 hours each. So day one, there will be a 4 hours of workshop. Then there will be a break. And then on day two, there will be another 4 hours. So in first 4 hours, we'll handle the basic foundation things and everything. And day two will be advanced. But doing both days is important. Right now, the format of delivery is going to be online. But we'll discuss about the rest of the part if there is a change in anything you can conduct it offline as well. Right now, it is online. The timing of both days is going to be 6 to 10 p.m. and accordingly it will be conducted. Uh, how much investment and fees, if you ask, you can connect with the team for this. You must have checked yes into the form that you registered. If not, then our team will get in touch with you. They will call you. They will connect with you, and you can always respond them and enroll yourself into this. Uh, there'll be obviously a certification after this that I am repeating again and again because this is the important part. This certification you can attach with your CVs. This will really add a lot of weight to your CV. It will, present you as a capable person, a ready person, and you'll be, much better preference in hiring by the employers all over the world. So this is about the bootcamp that we are conducting. So I hope all of you are ready to build your AI edge. I request you all humbly to enroll for this workshop. This is going to be a fun thing. We are going to have a lot of fun. We are going to, see a lot of tools, learn so much, so many tips and tricks about prompting. We are going to understand how AI actually understands the prompt. When you write something, how it goes through AI, how it comes back, and then you will be able to develop your own ways of prompting that are, designed and developed by you only because you understand AI, right? So that is all from my end. I'll hand over you all to the team now. If you want, you can connect with us on the following numbers. The number on the right is the WhatsApp number. You can connect with us on that. I'll ask team to open the Q&A now so that we can answer some questions and we can go ahead with this. I'll just quickly go to the first slide that I have. Or anyone wants to see the bootcamp thing, I'll just open that slide. Okay. So these are the details of the bootcamp. It's going to happen on 6th and 7th of July. 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 6 If you
Okay.
like, you can take a screenshot of this. Yes, please take over.
تقدر تاخذون صورة للي يبغى. يمكن تك سكرين شوت.